America is struggling to shake off the recession. Public distrust of wealthy CEOs remains high. But more and more bosses are looking for radical ways to reconnect with their workforce in order to find out what's really going on in their companies. Each week, we follow the boss of a major corporation as they go undercover in their own company. This week, Undercover Boss's first female CEO. The boss of Great Wolf Lodge, North America's largest chain of indoor water park resorts, poses as a stay-at-home mom returning to the workforce.
Chris
Nice
Miller.
meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
The boss will trade in her luxury lifestyle for a lifeguard's uniform and whistle.
Double whistle right over here. Oh, we got a AFR.
I'm kind of panicking.
By working on the front line, she'll find out what's really going on inside her own company.
It's going to be just a little bit longer. Is that going to be okay?
It's kind of my only option, isn't it?
And she'll discover the unsung heroes that make her company run.
I've been through the worst. Nothing's ever going to bring me down.
It was hard hearing her story. I couldn't imagine that.
How will her coworkers react when they find out she's really the boss? And how will it change their lives?
I thought it was going to be about policies and procedures. And I got something so much more.
Find out next on Undercover Boss. With 127 water slides in 12 locations, Great Wolf Lodge is North America's largest indoor water park resort company. And at the head of this $330 million business is one woman.
I'm Kim Schaefer. I'm CEO of Great Wolf Resorts. Hello, this is Kim. Great Wolf Resorts has grown quickly. We have an average opening of about 2 a year. A large indoor water park is really the keystone to who we are. It's the reason that people are coming to the resort. But what endears them to Great Wolf is all the other family amenities and activities. And that's really the things that brings people back time after time. My mom had me about 2 weeks after she turned 19. I think it was hard for my parents to make ends meet. You know, we didn't have the family vacations, the going out to dinner. I never had any of those things growing up. I started working from the very moment that I could. After college, I joined Great Wolf Resorts. I've been the Chief Brand Officer, Chief Operating Officer, and then in January 2009, I was promoted to CEO of the company.
In this economy, people are working harder than they ever have.
They don't have as much discretionary income, so we know they want even more for their money. Being a female CEO certainly adds some additional pressure. When I do publications, people will definitely make comment that they don't interview a lot of female CEOs, that there's just not a lot of them out there. But I don't really ever let anything being female stand in my way of what it takes to be a CEO. All right, thanks.
What are you going to tell me?
Don't burn him. Dave, he's a stay-at-home dad, and he loves it. Our kids have just, you know, turned out wonderful because of him.
Kim can't not work. She has to be doing something. What are you working on today?
Just some spreadsheets. If it were up to me, I'd probably work all the time. When I had Max on a Friday, and I was back to work with him on Monday. I travel a lot. I probably travel about 75% of the time. Nice.
Nothing but net.
You know, there are always reality checks with the kids. When they tell you that they're sick of you being gone, it's hard. All right, so Tammy, excited for dance today?
Stuff.
Yeah. But I've always felt that I need to work, that I need to have my career in order to be a better mom. It's hard to describe why it's so important to me, but I feel like I have to have both. Bye.
Hi.
I'm very driven, and I will do anything for this company. I am pretty serious. I want to get the job done. I want to go undercover because as the COO, I was definitely more involved in the day-to-day operations. But as a CEO, I haven't been out in the field nearly as much. And we're in the service business. It is really about those frontline PAC members and how they do their job every day that is going to determine if we're successful or not. While I'm undercover, I'll be posing as Chris Miller, a stay-at-home mom. My co-workers will be told that I'm taking part in a reality show about mothers re-entering the workforce, and they will have to evaluate my performance at the end of my journey. My hair's short. So it's the first morning. It is definitely going to take some getting used to. I am definitely a little anxious. I've got the butterflies, but I'm so excited to go undercover from a personal standpoint to reconnect with the people who make things happen in our business. Here at the Grapevine, Texas Resort, more than half of our guests are under the age of 10. Cub Club is designed for those young guests.
There was a lost that had a wolf.
Pleasing these young guests is so critical to our success, so we're always trying new programs and activities. At this Cub Club, we're testing out a new Cooking Cubs program, and I want to see if the kids are liking it. Hi.
How are you?
Bree?
I am. I'm Bree.
Hi,
Nice
Bree.
to meet
I'm
you.
Chris.
Hi, Chris. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Well, we've got a full class today, so I'm going to
Okay.
get you dressed in your
Okay.
uniform.
Sounds
All right,
good.
I'll see you in a minute. Our new friend that just came in, we're going to need to teach her how to make pizza. Do y'all think you can help me? Oh, that's awesome. Okay, hi, how are you, Chris? We're ready to start cooking.
Is she new?
She is. She's brand new. The very first thing we need to do is have a seat. Chris, you're a mom.
Yes, 2 children. They're grown, but 2 children.
Are you ready?
As ready as I'm going to ever be.
All
Okay,
right.
here's some dough for you.
Here's your plates.
Your dough is...
Know what to do.
Can you tell?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to need to go faster than that, Chris.
Okay.
We're going to take our dough and we're going to spread it out like this. Actually, we don't have to do that. We're just going to pull it aside. Okay, here we go with this cheese.
Is that good?
Already on cheese?
Almost. Okay, who else is ready? Not you? Those kids were kind of all over the place. Everybody who's got their gloves off, come on over here.
I don't have any gloves on.
Okay, that's fine. Then you're done.
Oh, yay.
No, over here. As a CEO, it's much easier to corral executives. We don't always agree, but we at least can sit down and talk about it as adults. They're giving me a hard time, aren't you? I have no idea how I'm going to get through the next half hour. Oh, come here. I got paper towel.
For paper towel. There you go. Do you do much baking at home, Chris?
It doesn't look like it, does it?
Do you do takeout? Chris doesn't look like the cooking type, which kind of surprises me for her to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm guessing maybe the children are cooking at the house. Now, Chris, this is our cage for Thor, and all you do...
I just don't like reptiles. I don't like anything that has to do with reptiles.
Grab a cricket and just put it on the table, and Thor will do his trick.
Oh.
Scoot back, watch. Hold on.
Well, I have to say, that was the part of Cub Club that I really don't want to do again. You know, I probably am not the one who should be in Cub Club. It takes a certain personality. Bree has that passion, that magic. She was great with the kids.
What's your favorite thing?
Swimming.
Swimming?
Did you guys like the cooking class?
I ate on the mud.
You did? Was it good? Oh, well, thank you. The kids loved the cooking program. They had a great time doing it. Was that fun? Or did you like playing with Thor better?
Thor and the princess.
Okay, well, that's good to know. We've talked for years about building a little bit more education into our programs. That is exactly what Cub Club was designed for.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Well, how do you think you did?
I think I did okay. I guess more importantly, how did you think I did?
Well, you did all right for
Okay.
being your first time. It is a high energy job, that is for sure. The main thing is that you've got to have fun, and that work ethic, girlfriend, has got to be way high. It's a lot of fun, but you know the way that you're laughing right there, that's what you want to get from the reaction from the guests.
Okay.
So
how long have you been doing this?
I started working in October, and then a month later, my husband, his company he'd been working for 23 years, he got laid off.
23 years.
This place has been a blessing for me and my family because there have been times that it's been that extra paycheck that has really helped us to survive. And my daughter's headed off to college next month, and really I just don't know how we're going to pay for her tuition, but nobody said this life is going to be easy. You just have to work really hard, and we've all just locked arms and just have faith that something's going to come out of this.
You want to give your kids everything, and you can tell that Bree loves her kids and that she wants what's best for them. And it was definitely hard for her to talk about the fact that my daughter's going to college and I have no idea how we're going to pay for it. What's your daughter going to school for?
She's wanting to be a veterinarian. She's just real passionate about animals.
Wow.
Coming up, Kim struggles to keep the customers satisfied.
I thought I had 2 rooms.
Jackie.
And later,
We got a double whistle right over here.
how will she cope when emergency strikes?
We got a AFR.
Kim Schaefer, the CEO of Great Wolf Lodge, is a boss undercover in her own company. Her journey continues in Grand Mound, Washington.
I'm here at the Great Wolf Lodge in Grand Mound, Washington. When you arrive at a Great Wolf Lodge, the front desk is not only the place where you check in, it's the first impression that you get of the lodge. So it's really important that the staff is friendly, they're efficient, and knowledgeable.
There you go. Have a good time. Thank you.
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, I'm here to see Jackie.
That's me. My name's Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. I'm Chris.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Chris.
Nice to meet you.
Let me get your uniform if you want to follow me
all right.
here.
Thank you. We can have up to 1,000 guests check in during an afternoon. We've made a lot of updates to our check-in process, and I want to see if they're working.
Hi. Good. So if you want to just come on your side and listen a little bit,
Okay.
and then we'll get you involved in it too, okay?
Sounds great.
So these are actually room keys.
Okay.
It's a room key, a water park pass, and then you can use it for also charging.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
We would like to charge it to this card.
Swiping that.
Okay.
It's going to be just a little bit longer. Now, did you want to do charging to the room? Instead of carrying your purse down the slide, it'll be on your room key here.
Okay.
These are going to be breakfast vouchers. We give those out.
Okay.
This is all the hours of activities for kids to do while they're here. The water park's open from 9 to 9. The restaurants and their hours, they're all within the facility.
When am I going to get my pay?
Just a minute. We have no pets or smoking within the facility.
Okay, I got it.
If you want, I can go over all the map again with you guys.
No, that's fine.
All
We'll
right.
figure it out.
You guys have a great time.
Have fun. Wow, that's a long process.
It's a lot of talk, and by the time you get done, you need like a big glass of water. Sounds simple, but it's not. If you want, come on over.
Okay.
We're gonna both do one.
Hi, how are you doing? So I just need to see a credit card that you charge the room with. Okay.
Does it match?
Terrific. It does
Perfect.
match. So now what do I do?
So you just go okay and just check it in. Shift F8.
Oh,
Okay, now tap on keys.
keys.
Right on this one.
Oh, sorry, that one.
Perfect. We're gonna go into payment.
You ready to go into the water park?
Yeah, we're ready to do this, but there's you.
I'm feeling frustrated. Every check-in was taking so long.
I can go now.
Yeah, I'm just getting the keys. It's very difficult for me to stand there. I didn't like seeing that line for the check-in. The guests are standing here for a long time, but there's absolutely nothing I can do. There was just so many steps.
She has a lunch voucher if you want to go get.
Okay, and so much explanation. Breakfast is right over there. So while I'm grateful that we're trying to take care of all these guests, it's very frustrating.
Don't need to swipe the card because I already have it on file.
Right.
I felt a little worried about Chris for a moment there. There might be one more voucher over there. Okay. She's going to look for another one. It was looking like it was getting a little overwhelming because there were so many steps all at once. I know, it's time consuming.
Okay. What kind of hours do you have to work here?
I work like 7 in the morning till 3:30 in the day.
Okay.
3:30 in the day till 11:30 at night.
It just depends?
Yeah, we could easily do 7 days straight.
That's a long
It's
time.
hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's real hard. Hi, welcome to Great Wolf Lodge.
My original request was to be on the highest floor possible, and from what I understand, third floor isn't exactly very high.
Let me check. The highest floor we have available with that room style is the 3rd floor. 3 gonna be okay?
It's kind of my only option, isn't it?
I would like to give you another option, but I don't have one. Sorry about that.
This job is so demanding because every guest has had a unique situation.
We wondered if we could do the breakfast on Sunday morning.
I thought I had 2 rooms.
Jackie, it's trying to deal with each situation and still give great, friendly customer service.
I can change the date on it.
All right, good.
That's for your other room. Have a good time at the Great Wolf Lodge.
Thank you very much.
Fun. I really wanted to find out how that first impression of the lodge was. And everybody who was up at the front desk did a great job. But there has got to be an easier way. 15 minutes is much too long to check in. I've got to make sure that this is somebody's priority.
So we can go on break now.
Okay. Sounds good.
My knees are killing me. Planning on getting another surgery if possible.
So what ended up causing you to have knee surgery to begin with?
I got hurt in a fall, but it didn't heal right.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
I got used to standing on it, though. I have to, single mom.
Wow.
Yeah? I've been married for 20 years, and I just moved out on my own with my kids.
So you had to make it sounds like you made a tough decision.
Yeah, from living a life not worrying about anything, and then now.
How are the kids doing with Dad not around?
You know, they have the good days and the bad days, days where they wish I could stay home and be a parent at all
Right.
times. But I always tell them I'm your only income, so I got to go to work.
Do you get to arrange your schedule so you can go
No.
see them?
No, so I have no regularity.
That's not easy. Jackie has made a lot of sacrifices for her family. And that is something that I know a lot of people have to struggle with, but she just has no choice in the matter. And you could tell that it was something that was definitely very hard for her. Oh, yes, I'm ready. But she was very proud of the work that she was doing, and I admired that about her.
Hi, welcome to Great Wolf Lodge. Are you guys checking in?
Well, I'm tired, physically and mentally. That was the longest day ever. Jackie reminded me a lot of my parents. You know, they both worked a lot. They had to. They had 3 kids at home. You know, it definitely, you know, made me realize some things. I struggle with not having as much time with my kids. I definitely know that I missed out on some things, and I haven't been there for everything that they needed me to be there for, and it's tough. Great Wolf is famous for its indoor water parks. Here at our largest resort in Grapevine, Texas, almost 3,000 people can be in the water park at any given time. Last year, we added 200 rooms to this resort. I want to see how that's impacted the water park. Hi, I'm Chris.
I'm Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. It's nice to meet you.
We're going to ask that you change before we start the shift.
Okay, it's hot in here.
Wait till we go outside.
Really? Hi.
Wow,
These are short shorts.
usually.
Okay. As the aquatic supervisor, Kelly is in charge of overseeing all the other lifeguards.
All right, let's start on our first point and evaluate scanning. This is a lifeguard scanning. All right, if you notice, she's scanning her whole pool.
Okay.
We don't want to see them fixating. For example, staring at a piece of water for a long time. If we see bad scanning, we want to address it immediately. Tubes is one of our jobs, and they're starting to stack up a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and throw those in.
Okay.
We got a double whistle right over here. We got a double whistle.
Oh.
2 short whistles means he needs our attention.
Okay.
To 9. I just got a call. We got a AFR.
What's that?
That is poop.
I just kind of gulped, and I'm like, oh no, this is not going to be good.
I just got a call. we got a AFR in the outdoor pool.
As soon as Kelly said there was an AFR, I just kind of gulped and I'm like, oh no, this is not going to be good. What happened here?
All right, here's what happened. We had AFR, accidental fecal release, in the pool.
What's that?
Fecal is poo.
An AFR is when a child goes to the bathroom in the pool.
So I want you to go ahead and get the piece out, and then you're going to use this towel and you're going to scrub the smear off the bottom. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Kelly was very calm, but I'm kind of panicking. Oh, it disintegrated in my hand.
But try to get as much of it as possible. I actually do not feel bad about sending Chris in to do this, just because this is something that we get low pay to do quite often.
What was it?
That is poo.
This is disgusting.
You might have a little piece over here, too. Gotta get it all. All right?
Yeah, first.
Let's go ahead and get our shoes on.
It is so hot in here.
Let's go ahead and straighten these life jackets that are messed up right here, too. Now, while we're straightening life jackets, we do what?
Oh, we should always be looking at the guards.
Right, we should always be monitoring their scanning.
So are you from Grapevine?
No, ma'am. I'm from Rome, Texas.
Are you close to your family?
I'm pretty close. I'm always kind of surrounded by people. I didn't have much of a father growing up.
You didn't?
Nah. Actually, I had a couple, but not close to any of them, yeah.
Oh, really?
Not necessarily model citizens, if you will.
So it wasn't your choice, obviously.
Oh, no.
It's hot in here.
It gets quite warm, yeah. Wait till you go up this tower right here.
Oh, God, you're kidding me. Oh, my God, I haven't run stairs in 20 years. I'm not in that good a shape.
She's starting to sweat and look a little bit exhausted already.
Okay, I'm tired.
We haven't even hit the hard part yet.
Please don't make me go back up those stairs. I can't even begin to keep up with Callie. It's warm in here. It's very uncomfortable.
Now we're going to focus on park services.
Okay.
Park services is making sure that everything's clean, clear, organized.
We get a break soon?
We're on our feet for upwards of 12, 13, 14 hours.
This job is difficult. Not only the environment that you're in, but the pressure that you have to maintain safety.
We're going to go ahead and do a Timmy test, or test in the lifeguard.
Okay.
This right here is Timmy, one of our operational mannequin drop toys. What we're going to do is we're going to drop them in the water when the lifeguards aren't paying attention.
Okay.
And then they have a certain amount of time to get to it. And based on how fast they get to it, that's where we classify them a meets, which means they get to it in under or in between 10 and 30 seconds.
Okay.
Or a rectify, or like a fail, if you would.
Right.
And that's they don't see it within that time, and we have to remediate them and go through a process. Here's what's going to happen.
Okay.
I'm going to get into the water with Timmy, and I'm going to drop him to the bottom of the pool.
Okay.
When I do that, I'm going to pull my ear.
Okay.
When I pull my ear, I want you to start it. And then when he whistles and enters the water, I want you to stop it.
Okay, I can do that.
All right, let's get this started.
Well, the responsibility that I was taking on was for the safety of all the guests that are coming to Great Wolf Lodge. And that's a lot of pressure. Okay, I see him. Oh, my God. Okay. Got it. 3 seconds. Come on, guys. Oh, thank God. Well done.
All right, now that was a pretty good job.
Just less than 14 seconds.
13 seconds, yeah, so that's a meets, just barely a meets, but still a meets.
Okay.
And he still did a pretty good job.
So how long were you a lifeguard before?
Before I got promoted?
Yeah.
Probably 3 months, and then I was promoted to a supervisor.
So pretty quickly.
Yeah, pretty quickly.
So how long do you want to do this?
Oh, this is probably just temporary thing. I actually have different career aspirations. I plan to become a pilot, so...
A pilot?
A pilot. So I've got, a completely different route that I'm about to go.
Every job in our company is so important, but this one involves people's lives. Kelly was 100% about safety, and everything else came second. Thank you so much, Kelly. I really appreciate it. But I'm not sure that we're doing such a good job with our employees. They have a lot of things on their plate, and I want to make sure that we're providing them an environment where they can rehydrate and refresh so they can go back out and continue to take good care of our guests. I'm here today at the Great Wolf Lodge in Mason, Ohio, to work a shift as a waitress. There are a lot of dining choices in the area, and since 23% of our revenue comes from our restaurants, I want to make sure that our guests are staying here. So we need to make sure that we're consistent and we're delivering the quality that they expect.
Hi.
Are you Deanna?
I'm Deanna,
Hi,
and your
I'm
name is?
Chris.
We just opened up, so
Okay.
I got some clothes over here.
Okay. I was a waitress in college. I loved it. I love the hustle and bustle. So I'm really excited to go undercover during this lunch service.
We've got our first table, and I'm going to show you how to you take the orders.
Okay.
Hi there. What would you like to order?
Pizza.
Pizza? You're getting pizza. What would you like, sir?
The Reuben sandwich, please.
Okay, and that should be coming right up. Thank you. Now this is my key. You slide it through here.
Okay.
You begin your check, and he's getting the Reuben.
Okay.
I'm really fast, so hopefully you can
Okay.
keep up. I think we got another table,
Okay.
if I am correct.
Okay.
We get the bed naps.
Okay.
And then you go up and you introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, good afternoon. I'm Chris. How are you doing today?
Fine, how are you?
Good, thank you. Do you know what you'd like to order today? Okay, and with a side, would you like waffle fries?
Chips or carrots?
Chips or carrots?
Waffle fries?
Waffle fries? Okay, sorry. And what can I get for you?
I want the Asian seared tuna salad.
Okay, we'll be right back with those.
You know what we forgot?
What?
Drinks.
Oh, okay. Since I used to be a waitress, there's some things that are coming back to me and feel fairly natural, especially from the customer service side of things. Sorry, it's my first day on the job. But I tell you, I'm just not moving as fast as I thought I used to. Oh, there's another table here.
There's another table
Okay.
here.
Hi, how are you doing today? Can we get you something to drink to start? Do you know what you guys want to order? What can I get you to drink? Hi. Okay, let's see. We've got you guys all taken care of already. Okay, it was over here. Hi, how are you guys doing today? I consider myself to be a great multitasker, but the pressure of having guests in front of you and servicing them immediately, it's a big challenge. Oh my.
Okay. Sometimes you don't have nobody to hold the
I can't even see if I'm getting out the door okay.
You go down with your knees.
Okay, and we have to get a refill and take nachos out. Nachos? Okay. Good.
Can we do something else too?
Sure. Yes.
Can I get cheese on it?
Cheese? Sure. Okay. I'm a little anxious.
What are you doing, hon?
They would like cheese. Table 5 would like cheese on the kids' burger.
Oh, well, that's fine. We can go and do that. Hit food prep.
Okay.
And then put cheese. Go.
Go.
Chris was really overwhelmed, and I said, you're in my shoes now. I have like 5, 6 tables all at once, and I have to remember what table didn't get a refill, what table hasn't got their check.
How are we doing here? Would you like me to get your check for you? Oh, you haven't gotten it.
I'm not saying Chris is not good, but some people are just not cut out to be in the service industry.
I have a timber burger. I forgot to ask her how she
There you
ordered
go. Go do it.
How did you want your timber burger done?
Well done.
Well done? Okay, so here's a timber burger.
What, do they want cheese?
She just said a timber burger.
You didn't want cheese on your burger, right?
Yeah.
We're going to do Swiss, Chris.
Okay.
Here you go again with what we
Okay.
have to add again.
Waitressing is the one job that I thought I would be able to do. Usually you do all this without me.
Uh-huh.
I guess I just forgot how hard it really is. So not knowing how many people are going to come in and how much you're going to get in tips, I mean, how
You
do
don't
you...
know.
You don't know.
I never really look on how much tip I make. I just
It
pray.
is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like it to ruin my day. I work doubles, and I'm like, pray that I walk out with something in my hand.
Right.
You know what my attitude now is? Life's too short. Just move on, move on.
Well, you're so positive with everybody. I'm trying to take your lead because you're always so friendly with people and take time for the kids. And
Yeah, and you know what? That's what I need to do. You know, I lost my daughter about 11 years ago. And my philosophy is live every single day like it's your last. She was 9 years old.
She was 9 years old
when she passed away.
Oh.
It was a car accident.
Oh my gosh.
You know, it happened. I didn't know why it did, but, you know, there's reasonings why some things like that happen.
Yeah.
And good things come out of it.
Listening to Deanna talk about family, it resonated with me, and it broke my heart.
I go with life saying, you know what? I've been through the worst. nothing's ever going to bring me down.
It's true.
I'm strong. You know, I wouldn't have my little baby right now. I wouldn't be married right now. I probably wouldn't be here right now, you know?
Deanna definitely had a positive outlook on it.
She's my angel, and with my baby that was born, I thought, you know, she was in him.
My kids are my world, and it was just hard hearing her story. It was really hard to hear that. I couldn't imagine that.
It's when you hear stories like that that you realize you have to be very grateful and thankful for everything you have every day. I want to call Sammy. I need to talk to my daughter. I met a server at our restaurant named Deanna, and she lost her daughter when she was 9. It definitely made me miss you and miss Max, so I just wanted to give you guys a call. It's hard. I mean, it definitely, when you're in this situation, you miss your kids, and I need to make sure that, you know, I tell my kids every day that I love them. Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Coming up, Kim summons her employees to company headquarters.
I'm just really nervous and scared. I feel like I'm going to have a panic attack.
How will they react when she reveals her true identity?
I'm Kim Schaefer, CEO of Great Wolf Resorts. My week undercover has finally come to an end. I've summoned all my coworkers together so we can review my undercover experience.
Was it fun?
It was fun. It was absolutely exhausting. I mean, boy, do our employees work hard. I've opened a lot of lodges. I've met a lot of employees. But it's just completely different when you are there and you are responsible for that guest in front of you. You know, there's definitely so much good. I spent time in Cub Club, and I have to say, our Cooking Cubs program is quite a hit.
And that's in Grapevine, right?
That was in Grapevine. That's one of the pilot programs, so that's good. But there's also areas of improvement. Something like at the front desk, the check-in process was long. Some of them were 10, 15 minutes long. Wow. There's just a series of steps that you have to go through. You know, Sky, I think that's something that you've been focusing on. Any thoughts from you on front desk?
Spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to make that line move faster.
We need to make that a priority so that we don't have to deal with the long lines.
Sure, there's things we need to look at, reconsider, take a step back and validate that everything we do is truly important to the process.
Sounds good. I did spend time with an aquatic supervisor down in Grapevine. I mean, that environment is great for our guests, but it's brutal for the employees. I mean, it's 84 degrees, so the guests are happy, but it's hard for some of these folks. I mean, they're not taking a lot of breaks because they're there when it's busy. You know, safety, we've got it.
There's definitely some stuff we can do.
Okay. I'd like to find ways to give back to the employees, and I think that if we can make that a movement, especially as we start talking about 2011, I'd be really excited to see what we could come up with. All the employees have been called to headquarters to supposedly review my performance. They have no idea what they're really here for.
I'm kind of scared of what to say about Chris because I don't want to hurt her feelings.
I'm just really nervous and scared. I feel like I'm going to have a panic attack.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. What's going on?
I'm Kim Schaefer, CEO of Great Wolf Resorts.
Oh my God. Oh, wow.
You're the CEO? Oh.
So you do realize that you had the CEO of the company cleaning up an AFR.
Oh, I even made you scrape it off the bottom.
What, that you made me do a job that you would do?
That's true.
Kelly, I found you to be just an amazing young man. That level of responsibility that you take on, I think, resonates very, very well with our young lifeguards. I'd like to form a brand new aquatics team, and I want you to be the chairman. of that group. I want to make sure that you get a raise, and I want you guys to talk about how do we make things better for our employees. I'd also like to talk to you about something personal. I know that you have a dream to become a pilot. I'd like to pay for you to go to flight school to get your private pilot's license.
Are you serious?
I am.
Kim!
I know your dreams long-term may not be with Great Wolf, but you know what? I'll take you for the amount of time that we can have you, and your influence on the lifeguards and our guests is something that I really treasure.
Thank you so much. Being able to fly, I mean, it means everything to me. For her to take care of that, it's just, I'm just so grateful.
Jackie, you're very good at your job.
Well, I like it.
I can tell.
I like it.
I can tell. You've done a lot for your family as well, you know?
I'm trying.
Yeah, and I could see that. I'd like to do something for you, your niece. Okay? I saw as the hours went by, it was harder and harder for you to be standing.
I just try not to talk about it much because I don't want to be any inconvenience to anybody.
Well, you're not an inconvenience. So when you're ready to have your knee surgery, I want to pay for you to take the time off that you need to recover properly.
I never would have expected anything like this.
There's another thing that I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
I'd like to promote you to front desk supervisor. I'd like to give you a 7 to 3 p.m. shift, a permanent shift. I'm a mom too, okay? And it's important for you to be able to do the things that you need to do with them. And it also means an increase in pay as well, okay?
I've been trying, and it's just hard, you know, trying to just have, you know, my kids are in sports. I never got to go to a game, and
that's right.
I don't get to be involved in anything. I just have to work, but
now you can go home at 3 p.m. You can go to their soccer games and their baseball games.
I could be a mom again.
Right. That's right.
I feel really, really good inside right now. It's probably the first time in 15 years, besides being a parent, I'm proud all the time. But I've never been able to be proud of myself.
Bree, I really appreciate what you're doing down in Cub Club. It did inspire me a little bit. We've talked a lot about doing more educational things, and I'd love for you to be a resort ambassador for Cub Club. This promotion would mean an increase in pay as well.
That would be amazing.
Your on-the-job experience really is going to help us make these programs for these young kids just so unique. I know that you have a daughter who's going off to college, and I know that you guys are going through a rough time right now. So while you guys are figuring out what the next step is, I'd like to pay for your daughter's college.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
You'll let me do that?
Oh my goodness. This experience kind of makes you want to howl. I just have to howl. Oh!
Yeah, and I was so impressed with you and what you do. You know, your passion, your enthusiasm for the job, it's really infectious.
Thank you.
I'd like to create a position for you that is a food and beverage training supervisor. So it would allow you to stay on the floor and interact with the guests, but it's really about making sure that all of our employees take the care that you do. So this promotion would mean a higher wage.
Okay, that would work.
As a working mom, I know how difficult it is to be away from your family. You've had challenges I can't even imagine. You talked about your angel. Mm-hmm. You use her as an inspiration for how you live your life every day. And I was so moved by that. And you reminded me of how precious that life is. So I thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
But it also made me take a look at you. You're a wonderful server. You're great with our guests. Our brand promise is to make time for your family. So I really want to make time for your family.
Okay.
What I'd like to do is, instead of you working your second shift, I'd like you to stay home. So for the next 6 months, I'm going to actually pay you to stay home. Okay? Oh my God. You guys have had a lot of challenges. You've got a new marriage and you've got a beautiful baby at home. You should see him grow up.
I'm so happy somebody recognized I have worked so hard to support my family. I'm so happy that I work for Great Wolf Lodge.
Now it's time for me to address the entire company and tell them about my undercover experience.
Well, it gives me great pleasure today to introduce to you the head of our family, our Mama Wolf, our Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Kim Schaefer.
Thanks, everyone, and welcome. Good afternoon. I know that all of you think that you're here for an employee appreciation program, but I do have something else I want to share with you. The last week, I have been undercover at the Great Wolf Lodges around the country. I know some people are scared right now. I worked side by side with employees. What I found was some amazing people. People who are dedicated. They are passionate about their job. I worked hard, right? Yeah. You want to know how I did? Let's take a look.
We got a AFR. That is poo.
Oh, it disintegrated in my hand. How are we doing here? Would you like me to get your check for you?
We need our food check.
Oh, you
Well, you do.
I thought it was going to be about policies and procedures. And I got something so much more. Our brand promise is we make time for your family. I think we need to make the brand promise of making time for your family for all of our employees as well. Thanks, everyone. I really do hope I stop, take a breath, and enjoy the moments when they're right in front of me. I am so fortunate to have my family. And, what time I do have with them has got to be more precious.